What's up, amigos? Welcome to Think Builder. My name is Antonio, and today's gonna be builder number 3 because that UV LED light that I purchased last week, which I'm gonna use for my exposure unit, has finally arrived, which is right here. So let's unbox this. Now, what I purchased was a UV LED 50-watt light. And I also bought a timer. And I'll leave a link in the description of the exact items that I bought. But I purchased these. I made the purchase online last Saturday, I think. And I just arrived today, which is Monday. So let's see how good this is. Now, before I take it out, one more time, I want to give a big thanks to the people who have donated, which helped me make this, which helped me purchase this item right here. So, again, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help. All right, so this is the timer. There's a timer. I'll try to figure out how to wire this up, but I think it's cost like around $14, $13 something with the shipping included. But this. See. Alright, so here's the light. Let me check this again. It was a UV black light floodlight bulb. I don't know. It cost me $34.99. The timer cost me $12.99. And the shipping for everything was $9.06. So my grand total was $64 with 52 cents. So it came with these two. Maybe I'll use them. Pretty good quality. It's about it's very similar to this one that I've been using. This was a 30 watt. This is the one I'm using for to expose my screens right now. It takes about 6 to 8 minutes. So hopefully with this one, I can cut it down to a few seconds. So I'm going to put this in to test it out. Alright, so it works. Alright, so I'm really glad that it came out with an outlet, because this one, the one that I bought here in Mexico, right here at where they sell like stuff for to do electrical wiring, you know, plumbing, all that kind of stuff. It just comes out like this. It doesn't. Comes with the cable and the 3 cables sticking out. I had to purchase this white cable and the outlet. I had to wire myself. So what I'm going to do with the timer, one way is I cut this and just do the rest of the wire, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll figure it out later. Now for this exposure unit I'm going to be working on, my first thought was to buy the LED strips because those were a lot cheaper, but I decided to ask online on the Print Life Facebook group. And basically everyone said buy a floodlight instead. And I was looking at them, and there's a particular one that a lot of people are buying, but that was around like $60 something plus like 20 or something for the shipping. And I wasn't gonna have enough because I still wanted to buy the timer, and I found this one for which was basically $35, and the shipping was a lot less, so I decided to go with that one. So hopefully I don't regret it, but it's still a 51, which is very good. Now the only thing left to do is to test it on my screen to see how fast it exposes and how good it does it. Okay, so now it's time to test out the UV light. I already coated some screens, I already had them dry, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to be holding the light because I still need to set up my box that I'm thinking of doing for my exposure unit. And for now, I'm just going to be holding it and plugging it in because I'll figure out the wiring later to put that timer on there. So I'm going to do a few quick tests just to get an idea of the amount of time I should give it. So let's hope for the best. Normally, on my other light that I used to use, the 30-watt, it would take me around like, on a good time, it would take me about 6 minutes. Sometimes it would take me 8 minutes. But hopefully we could cut down at least half. Because that's the only thing I don't like about exposing with the light, because it takes a long time. So let's get this test started. Now it is. Yeah? Yep. Alright. Alright, first, I'm going to give it 30 seconds just to test it out. So, I don't have a timer. I'm just going to have to count it. There. Alright, let's see how it goes. Let's go outside. Just walking by. Funny. Alright. Go on this side, see. Looks like we could just get there. Ooh. Maybe that's where there's green. I think I'll give it a minute instead. Yeah, because I needed more. Alright, so on the first screen, I give it 30 seconds and it started washing off. And I'm going to give this one 1 minute. And if it still washes off, it's probably because the screen is dirty as well, but I'm going to give it 60 seconds to see how it goes. Maybe I should lower it more. I'm going to lower it more too. I'm going to lower it as well. Maybe that will help. Alright, give it 1 minute, see how it goes. that's how it goes.
Ve para arriba, Chris. That might be from a dirty screen. Yeah. 1 minute.
Alright, so I give this one 60 seconds. And the stencil washed out pretty good. But I realized that on some parts, it looks like it kind of wants to come off. But I think that's from a dirty screen because I have had these screens lying around here for like a few weeks, so they probably collected dust, so maybe that's why the stencil is washing off. But to me it seems that 1 minute is doing the job for this screen. This is, I forgot what mesh this is, but here is a 120, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot higher because right here they use centimeters instead of inches. So I'm going to do one more test. I'm going to try to do with halftones. I'm going to try to do with this one, halftones, just to see how it comes out. Alright, so my next test is going to be with halftones to see how it comes out. So I'm going to give this one a minute again. I'm going to turn off the lights though, because I see one screen over there. It's fine. Clear. Now this is temporary. This is temporary. I will be making my exposure unit later on. But for now I'm just doing the test. It looks better like this. Let's go.
Way better than I expected.
There.
That was quick and faster. Let's go inside to check it out.
Alright, so this is the test with the halftones. And right here start blowing now. I'm thinking probably one is that because the screen was dirty, or because I need to spread my light more. So once I build my box, probably I could fix that problem right there. But other than that, it came out pretty nice because the first time I did this test with these halftones, basically like only half of it came out good, and this one came out, it washed out pretty fast. The problem with the squeeze bottle is that it does take a long time because I'm squeezing little by little. By the time I get to the bottom, it has been soaking too much with water, so it starts to blow out faster. But for I realized on this one, since basically it was already cured, it washed out pretty fast, which basically took me like, it was like 30 seconds to wash it off, and normally I'll take like a minute or two washing out the stencil. So I'm pretty impressed with this UV light. So So I'm gonna have to do more tests. My next test will be having a screen that's actually clean because, like I mentioned, I had this laying around for like days, weeks. So they kind of collected dust, and the only thing I did to clean off the dust was using my hand like this, which is probably not even the best idea. But I just want to do a quick test with that light. So next time I'll prepare my screens better. All right, here's a close up of the screen with the halftones, and I did a pretty good job. It basically got every single detail. This is 45 PI. There's one thing I forgot to mention that I realized that a lot of people, when you talk about these lights, that some say that taking off this glass will help out a lot. So I totally forgot about that when I was doing my test. But probably on another test I'll probably take off this glass just to see if it makes a difference. But yeah, that's something I forgot to mention when I was recording, so now you know. Alright, so I'm done with my little test I did exposing my screens with the new LED light. And I'm happy because it only takes 1 minute to expose my screens, which are this one. I forgot exactly what mesh this is. But yeah, it took me 1 minute to expose those ones. And hopefully once I build my extra exposure unit, that way it could be actually pitch black in there, and all that UV light will be only will only be exposing to the screen and not being spraying all across the room. So maybe once I build that, maybe the time I give it will be a lot less. But in the meantime, 1 minute, big difference compared to 6 minutes. I'll take that anytime. But I will still be making more tests because I still need to do for the white mesh, because right now I only have basically all yellow and orange screens. So I'm gonna have to try with the white mesh to see how that goes. So yeah, well, that's all for today's video. Finally, I'm so glad I was able to finally do this video because since I started, I've been wanting to get that UV light to expose my screens, because I've been seeing everyone on YouTube, they're using it. It's faster. Like I mentioned in my previous video before, time is money, especially here in screen printing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll leave the link to that light in the description below. That way, if you want, you could buy it yourself, because it is cheap. It only cost me $34.99 plus the shipping, and the shipping was all over here to Mexico, so it was a pretty good deal. So I highly recommend anyone who's starting screen printing to invest in a UV LED light and a floodlight, because it's going to come in handy with exposing your screens. I used to expose with the sun because with the sun it's a lot faster, and with my light that I had, the previous one, it would take me a long time, and that's the only reason I didn't like exposing with the light, because it takes a long time. But with this one, I'm definitely going to be doing with I'm definitely going to be sticking with this UV light, because once I figure out the exact time to give it to each screen, it's going to be exactly the same, or exact same time. Or I'm going to give it this amount of time, because with the sunlight, there's a lot of variables that go into it. For example, the time of the day, sometimes if it's kind of cloudy or anything of that, it affects a lot the amount of time you're going to give it to your screen. But with this one, once I figure it out, I'm going to know exactly the amount of time for each, the amount of time each time I go to expose my screens. So in the meantime, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm still going to be making more tests with this light. I'm going to be doing my first simulated process print, and I've been waiting for this light to arrive so I could use that one to expose my screens, because as I saw with the halftones, the exposure is a lot faster and the washout a lot faster as well. So I won't risk blowing out halftones, because I'm standing there 1 minute, 2 minutes trying to wash out the stencil. So this is going to come in handy to finally do my first simulated process print. So make sure to subscribe so you can be notified when I upload videos. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. And like I mentioned, message me through those platforms, because sometimes here on YouTube, even though you leave comments, for some reason some comments they go in the whole likely to be spam or that, and I hardly notice those ones because I just figured out, I just saw some comments from weeks ago that I didn't even realize that people left until I think it was like last night when I was going through everything through my whole YouTube, and that kind of sucked. I kind of felt bad because I took a long time to reply to those people. So yeah, so if you want to ask me like personal questions or anything, if I don't reply to your comment, be patient. Chances are that I didn't see it, so just wait for it. But in the meantime, so if you have any more questions on this light that I bought, just leave them in the comments below. Now, if you guys do me a favor, I am trying to grow this channel, so liking this video, commenting, subscribing, or sharing any of my videos will help me out a lot. So I really appreciate it if you can help me with that. But in the meantime, all the way from here in Mexico, I'm out.
Help this family grow.